Yet again, Mike Tyson purportedly fell after an extraordinary instructional meeting in anticipation of an exceptionally expected battle with YouTuber-turned-fighter Jake Paul. The news has left enthusiasts of the two warriors paralyzed, raising worries over Tyson's well-being and wellness as he moves toward the confrontation known for his savagery in the ring and his persistent self-discipline. The 58-year-old previous title holder has been striving to recover his unbelievable structure anyway. The afflictions of preparing appear to have incurred significant damage. Sources near Tyson uncovered that the difficult meeting was essential for his thorough readiness to take on Jake Paul, who has been causing disturbances in the boxing scene with his new triumphs over the Warriors and other forces to be reckoned with. Tyson has been preparing with a group of tip-top mentors, going through a rebuffing routine intended to modify his solidarity, endurance, and speed. The exercise that prompted his breakdown, supposedly elaborate focus energy drills, zeroing in on cardiovascular perseverance, hazardous power, and supported punching blends. Observers at the rec center depicted Tyson stretching himself to the edge. His preparation included weighty pack work, fighting mid-U work, and strength-preparing circuits, generally intended to mimic the tension of a real battle. The meeting, enduring more than 2 hours, purportedly finished with Tyson panting for air prior to imploding because of fatigue. Mike Tyson last battled in a display match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, a battle that showed glimmers of his past splendor. Yet, in addition, at the constraints age has forced on him since that session, Tyson has remained dynamic in the exercise center, yet getting ready for a more youthful, more lively warrior like Jake Paul is ending up an alternate test by and large. The 27-year-old Paul has youth and endurance on his side, while Tyson, however, as yet having power, is fighting with the regular decay that accompanies age. Clinical specialists say something regarding the potential dangers Tyson faces, noticing that outrageous effort for competitors beyond 50 years old can prompt entanglements. For example, parchedness, heat exhaust depletion, and surprisingly, cardiovascular issues. While Tyson has been cautious about his eating routine and way of life, as of late his past loaded up with thorough battles and extreme instructional courses might have negatively affected his drawn-out well-being. Tyson's breakdown has started a rush of worry across virtual entertainment, with fans encouraging the previous boss to re-examine the battle or play it safe. The apprehension about seeing symbol like Tyson experience a serious physical issue in a match, particularly against a more youthful and less experienced contender, has been a place of discussion. Some in the boxing local area, except Tyson's body, could as of now not be prepared to persevere through a similar degree of discipline and actual strain as it once might, while others at some point respect his assurance. They alert that the dangers might offset the prizes. Unmistakable figures in closing, including warriors and coaches, have communicated blended responses, and with some commending Tyson for his responsibility, while others question whether he ought to step into the ring by any means. While the breakdown was surely disturbing, Mike Tyson is no more unusual to defeating misfortune all through his vocation. He has returned from various difficulties both inside and outside the ring. His rebound against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 was viewed as a victorious return. Many fans actually accept that Tyson can shock the world. The key will deal with his preparation successfully, guaranteeing that he doesn't drive himself to the place of injury or more. Terrible. Tyson's camp is supposed to rethink his preparation power in the weeks, paving the way to the contend, energetically work with recuperation to stay away from additional episodes. Fans will observe near, perceive how Tyson's molding improves, and whether he can keep up with his incredible influence and endurance when the chime rings. Texas has shown itself to be a lenient host with regards to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's session guidelines. Various boxing commissions cross-country command the utilization of 10-0 gloves and 3-minute rounds for true proficient sessions, highlighting male warriors weighing 147 pounds or more. These guidelines line up with the principles set out by the relationship of boxing commissions and battle sports. Anyway, the Texas Division of Guideline and Permitting liable for supervising battle sports in the state works diversely. This is particularly valid for the impending battle on November 15th. Among Tyson and Paul, with which is set to keep going for 8 rounds upon the solicitation of Bryce Holden. The battle's advertiser, the Texas branch of Authorizing and Guideline, has conceded endorsement for the utilization of 14-0 gloves and 2-minute rounds for the impending session on November 15th, as per Telmange correspondences. Supervisor for the Texas branch of Authorizing and Guideline, utilizing 14-ounce gloves and an authorized proficient fight, will stamp a first for the state. Furthermore, 2-minute rounds for mall fighters are phenomenal in Texas, as verified by M. We've had several men's sessions that were proficient presentations that were 2-minute adjusts. Yet it's been some time and I haven't had the option to sort out who those were when inquired as to why the TDLR made exemptions for the Tyson-Paul battle and answered on the off chance that two challengers demand terms that don't address a well-being issue and are not disregarding resolution and additionally runs. Then we can consent to direct the occasion and guarantee those terms are authorized. Having heavier gloves and more limited adjusts doesn't make the occasion more risky for either contender, Tyson admitted. When I was battling expertly, I was too pressure. I never got the opportunity to unwind or partake in my titles since everything was coming at me. There were claims and separations. I never had fun as a person. This is a second when I can have a good time as an individual. Now I have preferred fundamental abilities over when I was battling. During a visit with Fred Talks Battling, BJ Flores shared that he kept in contact with Paul and keeps on getting reports on how his instructional course is advancing. He said, I simply conversed with Jake today. We're discussing some unique fighting accomplices he has in camp, can't say any names, and when he's chipping away at I will get a few passes to that quarrel. He's energized over Mike. He's all set. He understands how enormous of an occasion it is, and he's eager to do all that he can. The previous world title competitor is certain his warrior can get a success over the 58-year-old Tyson as long as he adheres to his strategy in battles according to his own preferences. He said, have you heard the term, don't jab the bear, don't make him the ring aspect? Should be no less than 16 by 16 feet and can't fall underneath 24 by 24 feet, as specified by TDLR guidelines. The advertiser has the carefulness to pick the size inside this reach. Tyson presumably believes that a more modest ring should limit how much pursuing, as he has expressed that he expects to need to seek after Paul George Foreman, the resigned heavyweight title holder, on 14-0 gloves for a certified puncher. There is not really any distinction. When I was fighting once upon a time, many folks were harmed and hanging on when I hit them. 14-0 glove can't veil influence. A wolf coach and resigned fighter. On the contrast between 10 ounces and 14 ounces gloves are very much like sledges. They cause different harm, yet assuming that you hit something on various occasions, it'll cause the same amount of harm. In regards to the 2-minute rounds, resigned mentor Abel Sanchez, who previously prepared title holders Jen Golovkin and Terry Norris, expressed, I feel that would help Tyson since he can run to the completion, so to talk less opportunity for change and way of life to influence him. Nico Ali Walsh, genius fighter and grandson of Muhammad Ali, on the 14-0 gloves, it will take the sting off a tad, and I accept the glove size is there similarly as a precautionary measure. Since Mike is more established than individuals that are battling expertly, he ought not be battling and calling partner estimated gloves of the 2-minute rounds. Ollie Walsh said he sees that as a safeguard too. He said the mix of the 2 minutes rounds and the 14-0 gloves made this battle conceivable. I figure no authorizing body would permit the battle to occur with Mike, assuming they were 10-0 gloves and 3 minutes adjusts. The 2 minutes gathers will only sort of speed the activity together. Novice fighters battle 2 minutes rounds, and in the event that you watch beginner confining, there's no failures activity. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are declining to change the boundaries of their eagerly awaited match, declining to bow to public strain in spite of wide broad allures for a 10-round coordinate with brief adjusts, a choice that Paul himself asked Tyson to consider. The standards have not been adjusted. The Texas branch of authorizing and guideline has authoritatively supported the session.